Oh man, these guys, this team. What is good, guys? What is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. We are here for the last match reaction of this year. Crazy. We're in November and we're talking about last match reaction of 2022. But it is what it is with the World Cup, how they've scheduled it. And we go away with a win. We go away with 3 points. Finally, a big match win in the Serie A. Borderline big match. Like, out of all the big matches in Serie A, this is probably the one that I would put. Obviously they were doing well at Atalanta this season, but I'd rather have Lazio, Juve, Milan, but whatever. We'll take it. But obviously, as usual, as it is with Inter, raising our blood pressure. Very, very stressful win. Very, very stressful 3 points. Once again, Baba, Dzeko coming through. Il Professore, the master, the old reliable Honda Civic. Edin Dzeko comes through, saving our asses. But my goodness, these early kickoffs, as Giovanni says, man, for 8 a.m., I guess in the US, in New York, I think Giovanni's from. Even here, 11:30 kickoff time in the UK is an early kickoff. You've had breakfast, but maybe not even lunch or like a brunch. If you know, I'm from Indian. My family's Indian, so we had parathas this morning, which are quite heavy, and they hadn't even digested, and that's what it looked like for the players. The food hadn't even digested. I don't know what croissants or coffee, espresso they've had in the morning. These early kickoffs are always really, really sluggish, bad football. It was not a good match to watch. 5 goals, but if you told a neutral it's a 3-2 game, it was like, oh yeah, that was a good match. No, it was not a good game to watch. But doing the job, and shouts out to all of you guys. Thank you for coming through to the last match reaction of the season. I can see my internet is struggling a little bit, so I apologize if it's cutting out because it's showing me that I have a very low connection for some reason. Not sure why. So apologies if I am freezing and it's not showing clearly. Oh man, I hope it doesn't freeze on you guys. But anyway, I'll continue. Let me know in the comments if everything's okay, guys. I don't want this last reaction to be at least good in quality. But yeah, let me get through the comments and let me give a shout out to everyone that is in the house. As obviously Joseph, Bruno, Mr. Inter Worldwide in the house. Get in there, son. Lovely, Mighty Mao, Emil, Sharif, thank you very much. And Ahmad, you didn't really think into within the year without giving us a few more heart attacks, did you? Exactly. One last big heart attack. Nicola, Nix Knox, and unclench. Exactly. Rather than and breathe, it's more like we can unclench now. Very scrappy but important win. Edin coming through once again. Exactly, Mattia. Exactly. Edin, yeah, drop the Edin Dzeko emojis in the chat. Palomino steals Dzeko's hat-trick. Yeah, he did. Jose Palomino was a big talking point. We'll get to him in a moment. I can't keep doing this. Well, you won't have to now. Secret of truth. You won't have to for like almost 2 months now. Almost 2 months that you won't have to stress about Inter now. Gonna miss this crazy team. Yes, me too. Even though the season hasn't been good till now, apart from the Champions League, I am gonna miss this team. Il Cigno di Sarajevo, Lukaku. Nice one, Massimo. Dzeko always stepping up when needed most. Exactly. Keep dropping those Edin emojis. Dicey really scrapped for that W, but good bounce back from Juve 2 games ago. Almost bit my fingernail off watching this part of the team. Yes, Gabri. Yes, sir. What a jump by Zapata. I mean, it was a soft pen, but it was poor tackle by Vrij. So I'm not really moaning about that pen. I just think it was pretty poor from Vrij. We've seen loads of those not given, but to me, it looked like a pen to me, honestly. Di Marco did well yet again. Going forward, defensively, again, we saw some issues from Di Marco. Finally, a win against the top team, but we didn't play well. Quite poor passing, and our players seemed a bit clumsy out there. Yeah, exactly, Daniel. It's just these early kickoff ones are just poor all around. Like, it just feels like the players are just not up for them. Yeah, this team is trying to kill us. Massimo always trying to kill us. The Inzaghi hates us. Is Atalanta really a big team? Hey, Tommy, the Inzaghi defender in the house today. Yeah, let's have a look quickly. Oh yeah, Sheriff first. I give a shout out to him, giving me a bit of spare change to go buy some burek from the Bosnian store. Burek, I believe, is the filo pastry, isn't it? The the phyllo pastry that's filled with like beef, cheese, spinach, and stuff like that. I think I've had burek, but it was like a vegetarian version. I think it was just spinach and cheese, and I enjoyed that. So, but obviously, thank you, Sharif, for that. Marotta somehow still alive after this match. Yes, that's the first thing I actually wanted to pull up. Steven Zhang, I'm pretty sure, guys. I'm pretty sure I read. Well, obviously, I'm not a lip reader, but it seemed like he said like "fuck." Let's go. Like it definitely was a swear word. Whatever he said, it seemed like it was in English, but it was definitely a sigh of relief, and I think very similar to what every other Inter fan in around the world was feeling, and Marotta as well. But Antonello there, D'Ambrosio and Darmian were also there. You can't see Darmian there, but Darmian is just next to D'Ambrosio. They were also celebrating that win, just like every other Inter fan was. And yeah, they made us suffer right until the end. And yeah, Inzaghi, once again, once we were 3-1 up, it was like, come on, now it's time, hunker down, make some changes, keep the team fresh. Don't wait until they make changes to react. But that's exactly what happened. They made changes. They brought Højlund, Jeremy Boga, a few other guys, and they started to attack us. And obviously they scored a 3-2 goal. But once again, Inzaghi, slow, too reactive to the changes rather than proactive. But in the end today, at least resilient, as Christian said, and we didn't get punished. Zhang looked like he was struggling in hospital when they were attacking in the 95th. Yeah, bro. It was painful. Dzeko must have some magic drink at halftime. He looks so gassed with the 40. He always does. He always looks gassed, but then something. He always pulls out something from nowhere. But again, completed a full match. I don't know how his legs managed to stay there. Yeah, I mean Bastoni as well. There's two guys on this team, guys. Whenever they go down, I have no faith in these guys being able to recover properly. One is Correa. We obviously know, like, the guy is very susceptible and soft when it comes to injuries. Like, whenever he gets knocked, you just know he just can't play on, or like can't play well after that. And then there's Bastoni. I'm just always wincing when I see Bastoni get some sort of knock or injury. And he again he was one of the ones that didn't really look up for it today. It looked like he twisted his knee at one point, so it looked quite bad. It was one of those innocuous ones where you're just not sure whether he twisted his knee or it was like a bad one. But luckily he was okay. But yeah, that substitution as well. Acerbi didn't come in great fashion either. And yeah, Dzeko completing another 90 minutes is not what he needs. But who do we have? Who do we have at the moment? That's the issue. Hit that like button, everyone, as Mattia reminds everyone. Thank you. As always, Mattia, you are a MVP. No worries, Marcello. Appreciate you for coming through. Dzeko, my Dumbledore. That's an interesting comparison, I guess. Yeah, Dumbledore always used to come through for Harry and everyone in the moments of need, even though he was, 350 years old or whatever he was. Happy that we won, but 2 more goals conceded. Exactly. We can't. Still too many goals, and I believe away. I think we've conceded 17 goals just away. Out of all those goals we conceded, I think there's only like 4 or 5 that are at home, and then all the other 17 goals are away. It's crazy. There's something not right in this team. Something not very clearly going wrong in this team. Hey, Bruno reminded the people to smash that like button as well. Thank you very much, Bruno. Sub Shams, excellent way to finish the year. Exactly, Eduardo. That's exactly what we needed to finish the year. And why do we have to suffer like this? I don't know, man. I think it's just built within this team, the suffering, the DNA. They really need to concede that second goal to keep us on our toes. I know. Simone is safe and sound after the game. Yes, no doubts about that. Simone is not going anywhere, guys. Simone haters, Simone lovers, people in between. Simone Inzaghi is our coach throughout this period now. Before we come back from the World Cup, he will be the Inter manager. He has saved himself for sure. There were rumors that, if he loses the Bologna game or the Atalanta game, that his seat is, going to become a hot seat, or even talking about potential sacking. But no, definitely not. And right now we're back in the top 4 again. Finally, the the table is looking respectable once again. We're not fighting with Udinese anymore. Now we're back to fighting with the teams we should be fighting, like Milan, Juventus, and Lazio, Napoli. But still far away from Napoli, a massive 11 points gap, which is, almost, I would say, almost impossible to recover from. But of course, you can never give up. Anything is possible in football. We've seen teams have complete disasters, complete meltdowns. But I'm not thinking about the title. It's all about the top four right now, or until the end of the season. And then we'll see if Napoli drop points. But Juve, they play Lazio later on today, so they could once again leapfrog us back into the fourth place. But Lazio have been good this season. I'm expecting at least a draw out of Lazio at the moment. I feel like they can hold Juve to a draw. The two best defenses in the league. I hope they cancel each other out. You know, Lazio only conceded 8. Juve only conceded 7, and we're here. Oh my goodness me. Triple. Yeah, that's more than triple, actually. More than triple the goals that Juve have conceded. Us 22. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. But in the end, we're right there with them. And I guess the goal scoring is what was making a difference. But yeah, much more respectable table at least now. Jesus Sharma, good to get the win, but terrible game for multiple players. Yeah, today not a you know, when we're talking about who's the man of the match, guys, give me your man of the match, because I really don't know who I would pick. Obviously, probably has to be Dzeko because he's kind of the one that stepped up. But even with him, not a great match technically, lots of mistakes, bad touches, bad decision making here and there. But then coming up trumps when we needed it. You know, DiMarco was good going forward, but again, some defensive lapses. Who else? You know. Yeah, Lautaro was decent, but again, Lautaro had one of those matches where he was, you know, up and down, lots of little errors. Even Skriniar was really shaky today. De Vrij, obviously, let's not even talk about De Vrij. Onana maybe was good. He had some good saves. Franco is gassed like everyone else. Is laughing at Zhang. Belanova should be playing more. He should start with Dumfries if he learns to defend a bit. Yeah, he needs to get more playing time for sure. But you can tell Inzaghi doesn't trust him, because you could see he kept shouting at him and, you know, trying to guide him, and you can see Belanova being a little bit shaky defensively, but he's only going to get better if you give him the time and coach him. So I hope he does get more and more time. Inzaghi has in the brain to sub on the show for a player that's in the same position. Yeah, you know, you guys know it's a like for like replacement. That's the Inzaghi thing. It was a 3:30 game, so happy we won a 3:30 game. That is crazy. I just wouldn't bother, to be honest. You're a chance, so shouts out to you. I'm done with Brick Freeze, bro. We need to sell him, Eduardo, with the donation. Thank you very much, first of all, for the donation, Eduardo. I don't think so. I know that the fan base is really up against Dumfries and the moment, Brick Freeze, as we like to call him on this channel for a bit of banter. But we know he's limited technically. Like I've been saying this since before we signed him, that, you know, he's not my type of player. But you know, in Serie A, he should be a cheat code with his physicality and everything. And at the moment, he's even struggling to kind of show that. Like, you can tell he's very low in confidence at the moment, Brick Freeze, but he's reliable defensively. Like, you can never say, like, this guy never gets done, like, defensively. Like, he's always solid. There's never really a moment defensively, like, unlike DiMarco on the other side, where I'm like, oh, Dumfries should have done this. And, like, he's always pretty solid defensively. So I think for that reason, he's always going to, like, just like Darmian's, you know, is always solid defensively. And he showed last season that he's got more. He's not as bad as he's right now, Dumfries. He showed us last season. He was like 5 goals, 7 assists at the end of the season last year. So he's better than what he is right now. He's not definitely the guy that will take us to the next level. But at the same time, obviously, as I said, if an offer comes for Dumfries, 30, 40 million plus, you have to consider it. Probably you just have to take it. But I don't want the fan base to turn on this guy as bad as everyone is turning on this guy. I know especially recently, he's been very frustrating to watch. But I think today had a bad first half, bad first touches, but I think he turned it around a little bit in the second half. So I don't think he is as bad as people want to make out to be. Very pleased to the bounce back to end the 22. Yes, Michael, very, very, very good bounce back. 9 goals in 2 games. Seriously, not a bad effort. Yeah, going forward, you know, stat padding is Bologna a little bit, but going forward, we have been deadly last few games. But the match where we needed to be scoring, the Juventus one, is where we came up with a dud. But yeah, we've turned it around. Hopefully, yeah, I hope he's okay, Dumfries, because he came off with an injury. Not just because we need to play him and play well for the World Cup. I do hope our players. I do hope them success in their careers outside of Inter as well. I'm not that selfish about it, but of course we need that stat padding. We need that Dumfries that we saw at Euro 2020, where he was putting up numbers and goals for Netherlands. So hopefully it is not a big injury. It didn't look like it anyway. Are you going to be doing any preview for the World Cup? I will do some content around the World Cup. I don't know if I'll do preview, but I'll do something around the World Cup. I'll probably do like match reactions depending on which matches I've watched. But yeah, I've got like a couple of weeks to think about it, so I'll think. But there will be definitely, because it's too long of a period not to put up any content, and I will be watching the World Cup. So yeah, we'll get to that when the time comes. Gasparini in the mud. Yes, we always gotta enjoy Gasparini in the mud. My heart, bro, Razan. You know it. You know how our heart rates are going when the Inter are playing these types of matches, bro. We can't keep doing this, and I'm in my 20th season. Yeah, 100%, 100 watching, 35 likes, better than that, brothers. Come on, guys. Ashwin, thank you very much for reminding the people. We need to have at least 50 likes. Come on, guys, 50 thumbs up. Glad we end the season with a big win versus a big team in Serie A. Edin, an apology needs to be made to Dzeko. I think we can't say this every game now, because we've been saying it after like every game though. I think he gets the respect now, because we've been saying it after every game that it's respect Dzeko. So I hope now we don't need to keep saying it, because Dzeko just needs to be respected. Exactly, Andrea. I'm glad someone's saying it as well. Like, he's definitely going through a tough time at the moment, Dumfries, but I don't want to be comparing him or like just kind of scapegoating him at the moment. Of course, the 5-goal games happen at 6 a.m. when I'm asleep, Aaron. Yeah, to be honest, bro, it's not too much. Yeah, you haven't really missed too much in terms of entertainment. I'll just watch the highlights, to be honest. It wasn't that much of a good game. You have to try a burek shawarma. Yeah, I will. Well, actually, I can't have normal burek because I don't eat beef, but I will try to. I had it when I went to. Where did I go to? I think I had it when I went to Prague, but I'm guessing that's probably not like the real authentic version. Yes, Daniel, thank you very much for reminding the people. Get to 50 likes. Charles Sharm's big win, important win. That got hairy near the end. Yes, exactly, Ian. The dealio. Yeah, Lautaro definitely had one of those matches. Massimo, I agree. But I'm sure today, out of all the games, today definitely probably had the World Cup in Argentina on his mind. I think he was at like 60-70% in his brain. Dzeko definitely gets a deserved break. Barella and the Italian boys, these guys will get a break. All the guys that are not going to a World Cup, they get a nice little break. Nemanja Vidic in 2014 was less finished than Vrij in 2022. Oh, okay. Let's talk about this guy. Then. This Vrij fella. He starts. I mean, we know it was between him and probably, it's always between him and Acerbi. But where is it? Here. This guy, like, first of all, Zapata is going nowhere. He's going nowhere there. He, even if he gets there, maybe he gets the cross in, but like, what? There was no need, first of all, to make that tackle. And then again, as I said at the beginning, he dives in, misses the ball, obviously, because it's gone past him. And I think it's a penalty, to be honest. I know it's a soft one, and we've seen a lot of these not being given, but thigh on thigh, or whatever you want to say, quad on quad, Zapata makes the most of it, but it's a penalty. This is completely mistimes it. And this is, the Vrij that we've been seeing for over a year now, like complete, just especially against players like Zapata, where the physicality, his athleticism, you just have zero confidence in Stefan, and it's quite sad. It is quite sad, but the boy, and it wasn't just that. It was, every time there was open space, even when Højlund came on, the young lad, the young striker came on, he was struggling against him. Open space, he just struggles as soon as there's any type of like counterattack. It's really, really bad, the decline of the right. Like, we thought And this season he's shown some signs of recovery, but I think it's gone back a level where you're thinking that, is this guy even good enough to be starting for Inter? Dumfries was shocking today, but Belanova's been showing flash, should be inching closer to the starting role. I think he should be inching closer. Dzeko, okay, let's get to the man of the match. Shouts Dzeko, man of the match. Lautaro, Edin, Onana, man of the match. Atalanta, defense man of the match. Of course, Dzeko, Hakan for me. Oh yeah, Hakan was good. Good shout, Indro. Continues to just churn out good performances in that role. Crazy. Dzeko, the man of the match. Dumfries, the worst. I don't know. I think he improved in the second half, Dumfries. I wouldn't give him the worst, but in the first half, he definitely was. Lautaro with Lukaku's boots on, man's first touch is gross. Even with Skriniar and Onana carry our back line, ship 2. Yeah. Oh, it's 18 goals, Filler. Wow, thank you for making my stat even worse. It was 18 goals. Nandrolino also, Nandrolino definitely man of the match, potentially. One own goal and 1 goal. Other than Dzeko, Hakan was all over the pitch. Yeah, good shout, Bruno. Yeah, I like the Hakan shout actually, because he was probably the most consistent player through the game. It wasn't, obviously Dzeko had the high moments with the goal involvements, but in general his game wasn't that good. Whereas Hakan was good. Yeah, it definitely can't be Lautaro. Of course, the RDP. We need to sign someone in January, especially if Lukaku is this injury prone or continues to be this injured. But I just don't see us doing anything. Why do we have to endure through DD slander every stream, FEMA guy? Bro, I know we know you're a fan of Denzel, but there's a reason why people are slandering him, and it's a lot of the time is maybe unfair, but he's a frustrating player to watch. Who would you say was MVP so far, Dzeko or Barella? Yeah, I think we can discuss it. I need to think about it on a separate stream, and we can obviously. I think I'll get Anthony from Inter Worldwide we'll do a mid-season review to do all that kind of stuff, player ratings until now. But they're definitely there. Dzeko, Barella, Hakan, Di Marco, Lautaro. They're definitely our. Okay, Ademola Lukman once again, top drawer pen, Nigeria agenda going strong. Barella had his worst game of the year. Yeah, Barella was bad as well. True. And I had him on my fantasy team, and he stank it up. Shams joining Bubble TV on Rye 1. I wish. Good afternoon, Shams. Thank you, Debbie, for coming through. Cartel. Bro, this guy comes through every one of my videos commenting. This guy is still triggered by that comment. I don't know why he's so triggered by that comment, bro. If Napoli continue like this, they're the best team in Italy. This guy, I've never seen a guy triggered over my comment so much. Thank you, Mattia, for reminding the people. Oh yeah, Football Drawn, guys. I made a video with this fella, Football Drawn. Great channel. He's a Milanista, unfortunately, but give him a chance. He makes videos mostly non-Milan related, but this time he made it Inter Milan related. He invited me on the channel, and we talked about our banter era. So go on this channel. Great videos, around 20 minutes, but it's worth a watch. His good banter is funny, and recalling the moments of our banter era. So it might be a bit of PTSD for you guys, but make sure you guys go on this channel and check it out, and leave a thumbs up and comment so that video can be helped by the YouTube algorithm. So Football Drawn, that is the channel. Dzeko, apparently this is a quote. Thank you, Kirby. I've been doing this for over 15 years. The Marco celebration, it is. This is Edin Dzeko. Put some respect on his name. Renewal for Dzeko. I think. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I would have said definitely no. And I don't want to be like a prisoner of the moment or, reactionary because he's doing well right now. But if he's willing to cut down his wages, do one more year, but really cut down on the wages, because he earns 5.5 million net or something. He's one of the top earners in the team. Then, you can do worse than that. But of course, I would rather, as you said, you have a younger, faster forward and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think that depends on Dzeko renewing. That depends on if we can get rid of Correa, and also, what happens with the Lukaku situation. I think the Dzeko situation, regardless, you see, we need 4 or 5 strikers anyway in this team. So I would say I would think about it. I would think let's get to the end of the season and reevaluate. But I'm leaning towards a yes for sure at the moment, Indro. I love Barella seeing him for Ballano team and stuff. And yes, that Mele was just like there bumping him and saying stuff to him, and then no one came to his rescue, but Barella straight in there with his Sardinian temper coming in. We need a little bit more of that bite in the team, a little bit more of that bite. Yeah. So there'll be a over the World Cup break. Obviously, there will be a break in general. Players will go on holiday, but Inter will come back for a pre-season type of training, and they were doing it in Malta by the looks of it. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. I think we're playing Real Betis and a few other teams. So obviously, yeah, there'll be those match reactions, I guess, to do if they're going to be shown. But it's going to be like pre-season. I'm not going to be too bothered by those. Very soft penalties started went down. Yeah, I know it is, but once you mistime the tackle like that, it's if he didn't give it, then it wouldn't. I don't think it would have been like a scandal. But if Lautaro did like Palomino over like that and he was brought off, like I'm sure you guys would have said this. It was a penalty. So to me, that was a pen. But it was soft. Again, as I said, it's soft. But he asked for it himself. When you mistime it that badly, it's soft. I really hope we get another defender because ADV is killing me. Yeah, he is, man. He is. Last reaction for 52 days. Hey, Mo, come through if you want, but I'm not going to be on for long, but you can come through if you want, Mo. As always, you are welcome. Skriniar, the last 20 minutes showed the passion I like. Yeah, he did, but he was shaky. But, he came through like a proper captain. The thing about Dzeko, he has that football brain, very clever player. Yes, he is. It's just a wish. I wish, his legs could keep up with his mind. His 37-year-old legs could keep up with his mind. D'Ambrosio starting in the middle is better than the right. Well, Skriniar starting in the middle and then put D'Ambrosio to the right. But yeah, it's yeah. I was hoping that we recovered the Vrij this season, but clearly we haven't. Rooting for Viola now. Oh yeah, who are they playing? Fiorentina. What match is on? Oh, Milan Fiorentina. Yes, definitely. We gotta root for Fiorentina. Yes, Forza Fiorentina. What position do you think we need to enhance? Yeah, I think it has to be. I mean, qualitatively, all of them. Like qualitatively, we need to improve the center back. We know it's the same positions from the summer. The center back. Well, actually, Di Marco's kind of like nailed down the left wing back spot now. So it's definitely the center back is still that position. But it's more of like it needs more of a. Are we? What football are we trying to play though? We need to make a decision on that, because if we are going to play sit back deep and counter-attack football, then that's different, because then we can still go forward with this defense, okay, and then we need to get faster players, right wing back or a forward, or like they're different. If we're going to play with a higher line and Inzaghi still wants to do that, play more modern possession football, then yeah, we need different type of center backs, and we need still we need different type of maybe right wing back. But it depends. They need to make a decision exactly what the type of football we want to play. For now, we shouldn't. Yeah. I don't think they're going to renew Lukaku until the end of the season. They're going to wait to decide exactly what decision to make on that one. 3 to 4.5 million season gross. Dzeko can sign for life. Yeah, 2.5 million net. That'll be great. Bro, what's your goal for your channel next year so we can help you achieve it? Nothing, no goal. Let's get to 5K. I want to get to 5K for sure. That's the next goal. And you guys help me achieve my my goals every single day, thanks to your support, thumbs up, comments, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's get to 5K. That's the next goal for this channel. I'm actually more sad not seeing Inter for so long than excited about World Cup. Club football better than World Cup. I think it's this World Cup maybe. It's just not. There's not high, but the World Cup is just unmatched for me. But yeah, this World Cup I'm not really too hyped about. But I am going to be definitely tuning into loads of games. Mo coming on to talk about Lautaro, not real football. I'm sure. Yeah, people know what Mo's going to say about Lautaro today. Should we keep Gosens? Yeah, he's definitely. I think he's definitely on the transfer list. If not, definitely in the summer. Because yeah, there's no point having the 25 million left wing back for having 20 minutes here and there. It's a waste. It's a waste. The Vrij gets turned way too easy. He has lost a bit of strength in the one-on-one duels. Yeah, 100%. He's lost pace, strength, confidence. Just it just looks like a general physical decline. But even that, like decision making wise, the Vrij is a very experienced defender, and he should know not to dive in like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, yes, it's a soft penalty, but again, you dive in. There's no need. You're in the penalty box, guys. That's like, defending 101. Don't dive in the penalty area. And well, Zapata dived a little bit, but the defenders definitely shouldn't be diving. Denzel, they should have blocked him. No, of course not. Of course not. Denzel, come on, Denzel. You can turn it around. You can turn this season around. And yeah, let's get into like some of the screenshots. Our marking continues to be poor from corners. Let's go. Our marking in general, like this one in the first half. Oh, what an awful first half it was, by the way, guys. Like, if someone's missed the match and you rewatch it, just skip past the first half. It was just really bad football all around. But yeah, DiMarco completely switched off, and Cup Miners was completely free. In terms of like following his guy, staying switched on. And yeah, Onana, decent save there on Coop Miners, but we just I feel like we see like the same type of situations. We always concede the same type of situations. It's like almost a replay. It's crazy. Yeah, that's a maybe we'll see if there's interesting ones like the Betis one. That'll be a good match. So I'll definitely, as I did in preseason, I'll react to like our friendlies if I get to actually watch them. If Inter streams them or somewhere we find a good stream, but otherwise we'll see. Yeah, it's not just about selling ghosts. It's not replacing them. I'm saying, obviously, if there is a good offer like 20-25 million for Gosens, it just makes sense to sell him. But obviously, you have to replace him with someone. And yeah, people are saying the Borna Sosa guy from Stuttgart. I'm not particularly a fan of him. Especially if they're talking, if they were going to sell Ghost for 2025 and bring in this guy for 2025, I don't really see the point of doing that. I feel like it should be like a different type of profile. But we'll see. Well, as I said, if there's a good offer on the table, then yeah. But if it's like one of those loan with option like it was in the summer, then there's no point at all. And yeah, and the only way we're going to get signings if we manage to get players out. Like, we can't sign players unless we sell players. So that's the issue we have. And then Onana saving our asses. Yeah, and here this was bad marking once again from a corner. I can't remember who this was. Maybe Zapata or Palomino or someone headers it down into the ground, and good save by Onana. Kept us in it in that first half because those type of reflexes. They look like easy saves, but I think he made them look easy with how good he is, Onana. Yeah, we talked about this already. And then yeah, our goal just out of nothing, just a bit of a decent cross from Hakan. Lautaro headers it on blind, hoping that someone is there, and Dzeko was there. And yeah, you can see like in terms of Dzeko and Lautaro's partnership is definitely a lot better now. They have this understanding. And then Dzeko, very nice little flick to score past the Musso, and he saves us once again, 1-1 at half time, but undeserved, I would say. We didn't pretty much do nothing in that first half. Very, very poor first half. So yeah, people talking about Ben Sebaini. Again, he's okay as well, but I think he would make sense because he seems to be a bit of a cheaper. At least he's cheaper than Borna Souza. So if you're getting in a guy, at least he's cheaper than Sebaini by the looks of it, because he's got an expiring contract. But again, I don't really see him potential to be like the starting left wing back for Inter for many years to come or something like that. But a good alternative to DiMarco for sure. No, believe. Oh, they're talking about the friendlies. They're probably no. I think now it's maybe maybe he'll give him like some matches here and there, but I hope not. I hope now is just like decided that, you know, Onana is our starting goalkeeper. Moving on, what else have we got? Oh yeah, Denzel, second half. Denzel, like, you know, the first few good moves we made in the second half, we're through Denzel here. He wins the ball high up, 50-50 with Mela, brushes him off, and then maybe takes the wrong decision there. Rather than passing it to someone, he tries to shoot, but it was already a bit more positive from Denzel. And then here again, Denzel to Mkhitaryan. We were so much better in the second half compared to the first half. First half was really subpar, really subpar. But second half, we created a lot more. We should buy a 2-footed player. Victor says, yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think we need a bit more of a different profile, whoever we sign next. You know, like a converted winger, like, you know, how Perisic used to be. Someone who gives us something a bit different to Di Marco on that side. I agree. Something like that would be good. Parisi is also nice as well, but again, you know, Empoli are going to make you pay minimum 15-20 million for him. So I feel that's going to be difficult. Our defense was great when Stefan Vrij was great, giving Bastoni confidence, screening confidence going forward. We need to fix this. Yeah, but for that, Stefan Vrij needs to fix himself. That's the issue. That's the issue. I did my best, Denzel. Yeah, you did. You tried. You had a bad first half. You had definitely your Timberland boots on in the first half, but second half it was much more improved. Underrated left wing back Rafael Guerreiro. Yeah, he's very good, but you know, he's the starting left wing back for Dortmund. So, you know, even if Inter did try to buy him, it would be very difficult to steal him away. Unless to stay out, of course. Yeah. Difference is night and day. We knew that from the beginning that it was. So, yeah, very obvious decision. I think Inzaghi, do not bring back Handanovic. Do not bring back Handanovic. Respect for him, all that kind of stuff, but do not bring him back into the starting 11. Can I speak Hindi, Nikhil? Yes, a little bit. I speak Punjabi at home, but Hindi is kind of like, you know, it's similar. If you drop me in New Delhi today, I can survive. Well, you can survive anyway because everyone speaks English, but still. Really like when Dumfries uses some physicalities in the second half. Exactly, Victor. In the second half, it looked like he woke up, and this was the second goal. I'm not even sure, did Dzeko actually get the credit for that, because it looked like it could have been an own goal. Let's see on SofaScore. Yeah, they gave the goal to Dzeko, but this one also could have been like an own goal because it looked like it came off Mela a little bit. But yeah, Di Marco to Dzeko, excuse me. Good play down the left-hand side, and we score 2-1. And then here, Lautaro, Di Marco to Lautaro, could have been another goal. He just brushes it with his head. And then here's the goal we conceded. Again, poor marking, a screener on this one. Lets Palomino go in front of him, who heads it down into the floor. Yeah, he was a big talking point. Jose Luis Palomino. He came back, guys. If you don't know, where is he? Here he is. Here he is after he conceded the own goal. He was banned recently, or at the beginning of the season, for Nandrolone. Actually, let me double check. It was Palomino. It was, so I don't want to be like slandering him and, you know, be liable to be sued. Nandrolone. Yeah, it was him. He tested positive from Nandrolone. So that's why I was calling him Nandrolino on on Twitter. So he failed this doping test, but he's been cleared of it, and he came back this match. This is the first match he started since that ban. So yeah, he was going to be center of attention either way. And first he concedes his own goal, and then he scores the other one. So he really was you know, center of attention, and he is an important player for them. And you could tell that he was away. He hasn't started for a while, but unfortunately, his goal or his performances, you know, helped us rather than take some points away from us. Yeah, as I said, Rocky, I think Lautaro would definitely, even if he doesn't want to, even like subconsciously, there was no way that, you know, he didn't play with a little bit of a handbrake on. He was substituted as well. Yeah, definitely his mind was in Qatar already, and you can't blame him. Yeah, Coppa Italia wouldn't mind. Coppa Italia wouldn't mind, because that is the games where you rotate the whole team. So he can play in the Coppa Italia and back to wearing his armband. Can't believe my ears when Patrick said on commentary that it's Dimarco's first season. Yeah, that's what I've been saying with Dimarco. People like keep saying like, oh, we need Dimarco, like, you know, his left foot is a cheat code, all this kind of stuff. But, you know, when you really and truly think about it, he hasn't been putting up the numbers that he should be in terms of assists specifically. You know, obviously got the 2 goals last game. So actually he has a really good left foot, but we need like some better deliveries at some point from him. But also, you know, players like Lautaro, like we saw that screenshot earlier, he needs to be putting in those types of chances away, because where is it? Let me find it. Yeah, like this one. You know, that's an assist for Dimarco. Thought it was an on goal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as we said, I think we might do, but it has to be like we have to sell to buy for sure. They're not going to buy without selling anyone. So it's definitely one of those types of situations. But they did surprise me. Don't forget, guys, last year, remember when we signed Gosens, that was out of the blue. I did not think Inter had the juice, the money, the ability to buy someone like Gosens in January. That one surprised me a lot. You know, obviously it was like a loan we had the obligation triggers this year, which is, you know, the Italian clubs there, you have that option. But apart from, unless we can do a deal like that where we can, you know, it's a loan with the option obligation to buy, I really struggle to see us getting anyone in January, or a loan deal. 100%. It is what it is. Because it is the timing of the World Cup, players are going to have the World Cup on their mind. Thank you, Mattia, as always, for reminding the peoples. I'm going to be going in a few minutes, guys, so to get your last few comments in. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Future Hendrix. Thank you, Future Hendrix, for reminding me, because I did put that slide in on purpose. It was just in terms of, you know, what's been going wrong this season. You know, because, you know, obviously I make videos every week, multiple videos every week, commenting on Inter, the Inter Worldwide boys, Anthony, you know, Mo, everyone's making videos, you know, Brothers of the World, Sempre Inter, like everyone commentating on Inter, you guys, fans commenting on Facebook, Twitter about what's going wrong at Inter. But I mean, and this translation obviously is from Twitter, so Twitter's not very good with the translation, but he said, so this is before the game, and I think this resonates with a lot of what we say in terms of maybe, you know, with last season we finished second by 2 points, when we, you know, a lot of us thought that maybe this team might have a fall down or whatever, and in the end we were favorites and we bottled the Scudetto. Like, we all know that we should have won that Scudetto, but, you know, Milan did amazingly to win. So I don't know if maybe these guys think that, oh, you know, last season we did fine, you know, without Lukaku, without Hakimi, like this team is really good. Like, not arrogance. We've talked about this. I don't think the players are arrogant, but just, I don't know. Like, and we've seen how we suffer when we go in front. Like today, actually, if you think about it, we won the game, but we came back from behind. And in this season, we'll be struggling every time we go in front, that we concede and somehow lose the game, even though we went up ahead. So that's what Charby says. My feeling is that sometimes you think you are stronger, but it's not a very good translation. But basically, we're saying that you are, you know, stronger, like in that moment or in the game, or than the other team, because we're always creating opportunities, and, you know, obviously our XG is always like high and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lack of mental strength to play every game, maturity with a knife between your teeth. And we've been saying that all season, like, you know, just that extra bit of, you know, the grinta, this determination, not just 100%, but just 102, 103%, that extra bit of effort to take the game home. Yeah, so that's why, and the translation there isn't great. It was the Google or the Twitter translation, but you can see the gist of what he's trying to say, that it's just thinking that, oh, you know, we're just better. We'll recover this game. Like, we're a good team. Like, we'll be fine. It's got that feeling. There's no that humbleness within this team to be like, no, we need to be just like killing this match from minute 1 to minute 95, and be, you know, putting on the gas pedal the whole match. Yeah, he has been like, yeah, every time he speaks, Cherby, he's very like honest as well. He's not like a usual, cookie cutter responses from him. Yeah, no. At the moment, I would say if we talk about the whole season since he's come in, as I said, we'll do a match season review until now. But I might have to probably give Cherby the little edge on Vrij overall season. I think Vrij has been good in the Champions League though, so you have to give him credit for that. But overall, Vrij, yeah, that's why it's a 50-50. That's why whenever like the predicted lineups are out, when this says that Cherby or Vrij, I'm never like, I'm okay with it, whether it's him or the other. It's really is a 50-50 for me. What should we finish it up on? So yeah, Roma playing Monza, Verona. Yeah, not too interesting. Let's see who SofaScore gave the man of the match to. Yeah, there you go. Hakan and Dzeko. I agree. One of these two for sure. Onana got a nice rating as well. For them, Palomino, Edison was good as well. Yeah, pretty much agree. Stats wise, we had more possession, but very stale. Only 3 shots on target. XG wise, according to Infogol, we were slightly outperformed by Atalanta. So yeah, probably a draw probably was the right result in this game, to be honest. But I'm glad that we got a win like this. And yeah, no update still on the shirt sponsor, but we should hear something in the new year, hopefully, about this. But yeah, guys, I am starting to feel a little bit down. As I said, I've not been feeling too great recently, and I'm still kind of recovering. I can feel my energy level starting to dip right now. So thank you for everyone that tuned in. And yeah, as I said, guys, last match reaction, but content will be coming. World Cup preseason, or this mid preseason, whatever you want to call it, content will be coming out, into season review up until now. Maybe some Serie A related stuff as well. Transfer news, if there is any transfer news, of course, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's see what happens in the next few weeks. Yeah, keep a lookout on the channel, guys. Keep subscribing, keep leaving a thumbs up, put your notification bell on if you want to know when I make videos. Interest directly about the Jean-Mazel. Yeah, maybe it is them. But now it's just been like this whole week, I've just not been feeling too good. But thank you everyone that's coming through. I hope you guys appreciated that match reaction. We won a big game, so happy all around. But thank you everyone that's come through. Hope you guys enjoyed this 2022. It's been a difficult year for Interisti, but also interesting year. And hopefully 2023 starts a lot better than we started this season, because it is going to be like a brand new season. So guys, as I said, keep a lookout on the stream, on the channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Atalanta 2 into 3 points, 4th place at the moment. Let's see Lazio hopefully do us a favor and finish this year in top 4 at least. Ciao ragazzi, thank you for the nice wishes. Forza Inter. Ciao.